this is a dual fan system, heat exchanger, exhaust and intake fan to recover the heat from your farm building. We have the exhaust fan up here, which sucks in the moist air from your building. The moist air goes through channels inside the heating core, out your building. As the heating core is getting warmed up, the incoming air, fresh air, goes through the core in different channels and then is being propelled and pushed inside your building via the intake fan. So it's a dual fan system that recovers heat from your building. AVI-AIR uses plate heat exchanger. Moist air goes through the larger channels, cold air comes from the smaller channels, and it's a very compact and tight heat exchanger core, which makes it very efficient to transfer heat. Both fans are 1500 CFM each fans, and the average heat recovery that we've obtained throughout many years and in many situations, it's roughly around 50% of your heating cost that will be reduced with a heat exchanger if you maintain your minimal ventilation up to 21 days with this system. And after 21 days, you have other standard regular fans that will kick in and bring more air to your building in addition to the heat exchanger. Now the AVI-AIR heat exchanger is offered with two different motors. We can use an AC motor from Multifan, 1500 CFM, and we can now use also a new EC motor which uses less power. This motor is easier to hook up with the electrician. No relays required for defrost systems. The system defrosts itself with different defrost cycles depending on the outside temperature. The colder we get outside, the more defrost it's going to produce. Defrost is as simple as reversing the fan rotation to take the warm air from the building, pushing that warm air on the core, thawing the core, and then going back to regular operation. And it can do that many times a day depending on how cold it is outside, but the importance is to maintain the core dust-free and ice-free. The key features of the AVI-AIR is definitely the water valve and the nozzle assembly that brings fresh water to rinse off the dust that accumulates on the core. A clean core makes it very efficient and very convenient to use, because after each flock, when you rinse out and you do your chore of the heat exchanger, rinsing off the dust, most of the dust has been rinsed away during the flock, and at the end of your flock, there's minimal dust accumulation as opposed to conventional heat exchangers. New for 2024, all heat exchangers are going to be offered with the twin cartridges, lighter, easier to manipulate, and also the new EC motor, which uses less power to operate and is easier to wire up for defrost cycles. So your flock will be healthier, birds will have more oxygen, less CO2 in your barn, less ammonia, more oxygen, and more activity for your young chicks to start up a good and nice flock.